may have heard before the famous story of the downfall of the great Inca Empire, founded by this man over here, the great Pachacuti. It is the story of the brazen conquistador Francisco Pizarro, who crossed the Andes Mountains with a small band of Spaniards, smashed the native armies, captured their emperor, and through holding him hostage, subjugated an empire of 10 million people. But there is another story that is not very often told. A tale filled with resistance, sorrow, hope, and betrayal of a once great empire fighting to survive against a ruthless and technologically superior enemy. A guerrilla war launched from a location so remote that the Spaniards could not attack it, that even today is very difficult to reach. Beyond the mountains, deep inside the jungle, the ruins lost to history, some people thought it was a legend, the lost city of the Incas. In this video, I want to embark on a journey from the first capital of the Incas, Cusco, to the last capital of the Incas, the real, true lost city of the Incas. It is not Machu Picchu. This is the journey to Vilcabamba. The first thing I need to do in this very long journey towards Vilcabamba is to get the hell out of Cusco. Tourist hell. That's what this place is. Very good starting place to go see a lot of places in the area, but way too crowded, too touristy. They're always trying to sell you all kinds of things you don't need. Not my kind of place. But there's a bus stop down over there with a bus that's going to take me to Ollantaytambo, which is usually just a stop on the way to Machu Picchu, but it's a very important place. And actually Cusco is also a very important place for this story, because when the Spaniards were sitting pretty in Cusco, ruling the Inca Empire, Francisco Pizarro, who was a very clever politician and the man who actually was able to conquer this place, left in order to found Lima, the current capital of Peru. And he left his brothers in charge. And they weren't quite as clever as him. They were actually very nasty to the puppet emperor that they installed here in Cusco, Manco Inca. And Manco Inca managed to escape and gather all the surrounding population and more from throughout the Inca Empire and launch a massive, massive siege of the city of Cusco. A siege of around 200,000 Inca warriors. And thus the Great Inca Rebellion began in 1535. The assaults on the city of Cusco were launched from here, the massive three-terraced fortress of Sacsayhuaman, constructed from thousands of massive blocks of stone without any mortar, but tightly fitted together, and a formidable obstacle for the Spaniards. After several failed attempts, the Spaniards managed to scale the walls and dislodge the defenders. But Emperor Manco Inca would maintain the siege from another location, our next destination. Now the city of Cusco was almost completely wiped out in this siege. All of the Inca temples and grand buildings were destroyed, burned to the ground by the Incas themselves, who were besieging the Spaniards who held the city. And much of what we see here, like that amazing church over there, was the rebuilding that the Spaniards did here at this site. And my bus is very close, it's right over there. Welcome to the madness of Cusco local buses. Small minivans, colectivos, they wait until they fill up, and then they go. Ollantaytambo el van, ¿no? Colectivo grande?
Sí, 10 soles. 10 soles auto.
10 soles.
Colectivo, 10 soles.
Colectivo. You're gonna save 5 soles by taking the van. Maybe a little bit slower, but it's fine. 10 soles is around $3, $2.50, something like that. Let's go. Just have to wait for this to fill up. So we've made it here to the small town of Ollantaytambo, which is known for one thing pretty much, and that is that huge castle that sits there on the hilltop. The seemingly impregnable fortress of Ollantaytambo. But after half a year of siege, the Spaniards decided to launch a desperate assault. So I've dropped off my bag at my Airbnb and I've been feeling kind of sick, so my hostess gave me here some coca leaves. And that's a traditional local medicine that's been used here in this region for over 1,000 years. Basically what you do is you put it here in your mouth and you chew. Put it here on the side. And that's supposed to have a relieving effect. And it started to rain while I climbed up the massive fortress of Ollantaytambo. And actually, water is quite important to this story because when the Spaniards tried to break the siege of Cusco by capturing this place, the Incas ingeniously used the rivers and the canals that they had built in order to flood the plain down there and thus immobilize the Spanish horses, which was their biggest asset. And the Spaniards were actually defeated and had to retreat back to Cusco. But with the arrival of Spanish reinforcements, Manco Inca understood that he could not hold on to Ollantaytambo. So he packed all his supplies on the llamas and decided to retreat to an even more inaccessible place. Llamas or alpacas? I don't know. What are these guys? So my bus westward has taken me to the small town of Hidroelectrica, which is overlooking this amazing river. And I think if I'm already here, I have to do a small detour. Machu Picchu. If Machu Picchu is not the lost city of the Incas, then what the hell is Machu Picchu? To make things simple, basically, Machu Picchu is a resort town built by the great Emperor Pachacuti alongside the two other huge structures that we've seen already, Sacsayhuaman and Ollantaytambo. Machu Picchu was actually abandoned during the Spanish conquest as men and resources needed to be diverted in order to meet this grave threat. Thus, while an incredible engineering feat, Machu Picchu played no role whatsoever in this dramatic clash of civilizations. In his search for the lost city of the Incas, American explorer Hiram Bingham stumbled upon Machu Picchu by mistake. And originally, he didn't attribute much importance to it, took a few photos and moved on because he knew that the location didn't match the location of what he was looking for. And it was only later that he changed his mind. We now know that he was wrong. Now this is where the adventure really begins, my friends. First of all, I have to do the 10-kilometer march alongside the train tracks here from Machu Picchu to get me back to the road network here in Peru. And from there, everyone tells me I need to take a bus to Santa Maria and ask around what connecting bus from there will take me to the area of Vilcabamba. Nobody seems to know, which just shows how few people actually go to this place. So I'm gonna have to go to this town of Santa Maria and figure it out. In the meanwhile though, the view over the Urubamba River is quite spectacular. And you can maybe see up there, those are the ruins of Huayna Picchu, which is another magnificent little structure town that is next to Machu Picchu, but at an even higher elevation. But my bus would only take me to Santa Teresa.
Ya, mira amigo, lo primero que tienes que hacer es coger tu carro de aquí directo a Quillabamba. De Quillabamba hay colectivos a Vilcabamba.
Santa María es más cerca aquí.
Es que el problema
Sí, es allá, es también cerca de Santa María, en la esquina, colectivos.
no pasa.
No pasa.
El problema es si van a ir, pero no hay asientos, amigo. No hay asientos.
No asientos.
No te van a
Con
recoger.
reservación no.
No hay carros vacíos. Todo eso.
No reservación en Santa María, ¿no?
No hay.
No hay.
No hay, amigo. Tienes que ir a Quillabamba directo. Quillabamba.
Quillabamba allá y vuelvo.
Sí,
Problema, ¿no?
es un problema, pero es más seguro tu viaje.
3 buses de Santa Teresa a Santa María a Quillabamba a Vilcabamba. Wow. Guys, you see that? That's what I was talking about. Gracias. ¿Cuánto sale el bus?
Salimos para las 6.
6.
Sí, porque están trabajando la carretera y está bloqueado.
Wait, something's going on over here. Oh, look, it's like an Inca procession. I wonder if the guy who plays like the Inca chief is also in real life the most important person. And then like all the more regular workers play the foot soldiers. So I have about 2 hours to spend here before my bus leaves because the roads are closed again. And This town is kind of dead. Okay, so this is the town square. A little bit more going on, like this cute little dog. And our Santa Teresa sign. This amazing fake Coca-Cola from Peru.
Cola real,
¿Cuánto cola real?
2.50.
2.50. All right, half the price. We're gonna take it. Can barely tell the difference. And look, the Inca procession has followed me here. Incidentally, this is a replica of the quipus. That was the system that the Incas had that was similar to writing, where they used strings with knots. They were able to record, for instance, how much stock they had of various products of agriculture, lineages, numbers of populations in various cities, and so forth. And here comes the emperor. So all the Incas have gone into the mayor's office. That's how it ends. I think it's time to catch that bus. All right, this is the town of Quillabamba. So I had to go out of the way, up north. And tomorrow I'm gonna go back down south to get to Vilcabamba. Room 301. Ah, here we go. Hotel in the middle of nowhere. Let's see what we get for $13. Ah, not bad. I can live with that. All right. It's been a long day. Oh. See you tomorrow. My final bus, Colectivo. We're almost final. It's gonna be an interesting ride, I think. Finally, some mention of Vilcabamba here. Took a while. This is the final bus. More construction on the road, so blocked again. Gotta wait at least 1 hour. Oh my god.
Es que Bitcoin está allá, mira.
Sí, allá, sí, yo mismo.
Ahí, tú vas a caminar de ahí hasta arriba, así vas a venir.
Sí.
Por todo eso hay un camino.
So up there on the hilltop we just saw is Vitkos, which is one of the areas that was frequented by the Inca royals even while they were sitting at Vilcabamba. So they tried to stay at Vitkos, but they felt that it was too close to the Spaniards, so they retreated to Vilcabamba, but they still used Vitkos as a ceremonial center and a center of the Inca nobles. God. Whew. Sí, gracias. All right, so.
Yeah.
Sí, bien, gracias. Sí, aquí. Oh, yeah. Sí. Anyway, it's funny because I couldn't find any hotel online and I was looking and the bus stopped here. Hostal El Refugio de Manco Inca. And Manco Inca is the Inca emperor we've been talking about who was resisting the Spaniards, and that's why we're here. So I think we have to check out this hostel. Hola. Hola. Is there anyone here? Hola. Buenas tardes. ¿Tienes habitación? Here's a tour of room number 2 at the Manco Inca Hotel. Boom. For $8. It's not very fancy, but hey, got my own bed and my own shower. You can probably hear the procession there behind me, which is for the anniversary of the founding of the College of Manco Inca. And the story of Manco Inca will come to an end at the next location that we are going to visit, up there in the mountains. Vitkos.
Hola.
Hola, amigo. ¿Tú sabes dónde el camino a Vitkos?
Sí. Ya, este puente pasas.
Aquí,
Sí.
el río, ok.
Hay otro puente más allá. No te vas a ir por ese camino, hay dos caminos así. Arriba y otro por abajo.
Okay.
Ya, la mano izquierda.
A hard time understanding the direction, so shop owner here is gonna show me the beginning of the way, see? ¿Y tú hablas quechua, sí?
Sí.
¿Qué lengua es tu primero? ¿Quechua o español?
Los dos.
Dos. ¿Qué tú aprendes primero?
Quechua.
Quechua.
Ajá.
Quechua. See, some people here, they learn the native language, Quechua, before they even learn Spanish. Hola, en Quechua.
Hola. Eminayan Kashanke.
Emiñaña Kashanke.
Eminayan Kashanke.
Emiñaña Kashanke.
Kashanke o Kashanke. Ajá.
Kashanke.
Ajá.
My first words in Quechua, guys.
Ah, qué bien.
2 kilómetros. Sí, sí. Gracias, señor. Bye.
Ya.
Muchas gracias para la información. Here we are at the citadel of Vitkos, abandoned with nobody. Named by the locals Rosapata, and that's exactly how the explorer Hiram Bingham found it. Yet even after Vitkos was sacked and Vilcabamba became the new capital of the Neo-Incan Empire, still the emperor Manco Inca would come on occasion to Vitkos to perform religious ceremonies, still far away from most of the Spanish forces. And it was in one of these courtyards that disaster struck. It was again the Spaniards, but not those Manco expected. This group were his trusted guests, seeking refuge from Spanish justice after assassinating the Grand Conqueror of Peru, Francisco Pizarro, in 1541. Now they hatched another assassination plot, believing they would be granted a royal pardon if they could kill Spain's mortal enemy, Manco Inca. Somewhere inside these stone walls, Manco Inca was stabbed in the back by those same Spaniards to whom he had given refuge. The Spanish conspirators fled across the valley seeking refuge, but were caught by the Inca forces and killed to a man. Thus came the sad end of Manco Inca in 1545, but it was not the end of the Great Inca Rebellion. Three more emperors continued to rule the Neo-Incan Empire, defying the Spaniards. A Vilcabamba.
Sí.
Sí, a Vilcabamba bien, dai. Aquí.
Claro. Acá también asiento.
Okay. Nada bien. On the way to Vilcabamba, on the top of this truck, if you can call it. And whoa. The Spaniards actually sacked Vilcabamba shortly after they captured Vitkos. But Manco Inca escaped. And the Spaniards went back to Cusco and didn't try to invade again because it was just very difficult. And the Incas there, they just dispersed into the jungle and the Spaniards couldn't find them. Yeah, they burned the city, they ruined what they could, but the Incas just came back and rebuilt Vilcabamba again. So I didn't have access to internet for quite a while when I was here because I had a problem with my card, and I think I've screwed up big time because it looks like Vilcabamba is also a town and also an archaeological site. And I think where I'm going right now is not the site that I'm looking for, and I think that's what the guy was trying to explain to me. So he's taking me all the way up. And this lady also. Here she is. Hola. So I don't know. Hola, señora. Pregunta sobre las ruinas. Sí, Rosas Pata. Pero no es ruinas en Vilcabamba. Este pueblo Vilcabamba. Pueblo Vilcabamba, pero no ruinas Vilcabamba. No ruinas Vilcabamba. Ok, yo entiendo. Sí, yo pienso Vilcabamba es de las ruinas Vilcabamba. No. Vilcabamba, este pueblo Vilcabamba es de otro.
Sí, es pueblito nomás.
Pueblito nomás, sí.
Pueblito nomás.
All right, here I am in the middle of nowhere. Up on a mountain top. complete idiot, went the wrong way to get to Vilcabamba. I did go to Vitkos, and I thought Vitkos was close to Vilcabamba. That's what I understood from everything that I read and I saw. Just look at the map. You have there the site of Vitkos, which we visited, and next to it, a site called Vilcabamba. So I thought, this must be the place. But it's not. Wow. What a screw up. I swear I was close to giving up, but I decided to give it one more try. A van back to Quillabamba, then to the town of Kiteni, and one more on rough terrain towards Vilcabamba. An endless cycle of crowded colectivos. Look what we got over here. Driver, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Me 8. Oh, and there's the guy behind over there, sleeping in the in the back hold. 9 people in one car. That's got to be a record. So this is the town square of the tiny town of Euveni, and I'm hoping that finally this time this really is the last stop before I take a ride to Vilcabamba, or as it is better known, Espiritu Pampa, if you don't want to get confused with the other Vilcabamba, which is what happened to me. But yeah, we have once again symbols of the resistance here, and hopefully, finally, I'm going to make it to my destination. I've had so many doubts along the way at this point, to be honest. It's been so difficult to do this on your own, but yeah, I think this is the moment. Hola. They're not used to seeing people here, foreigners here. Tomas mucho coca,
Disculpe, tengo pez.
mucho coca.
Me ha enseñado pues.
Siempre con coca.
Va a venir la picha coca pues.
Sí, coca bien, pero es no suficiente para
Ahí nomás, ahí nomás.
mucha gente.
Está bien.
Es para solo, para tú. ¿Sí? Ah, coca. All right, got some coca leaves.
Esto, porque no era tan pesado que era la personalidad. Sí, sí.
Well done. ¿Sí?
Claro, pues. Justamente lo que
Ok.
todo pega, pues.
Sí.
Eso.
Silencio.
Ah.
Silencio. I couldn't tell his secret even if I wanted to.
Bueno, lindo
I
pero.
couldn't. ¿Ah?
Lindo pero, ¿sí o no?
Sí, pero tu español es difícil para mí.
Español es otro.
Espiritu Pampa. 1.746 kilometers. And it does say here Sitios Arqueológico. So I think we are nearing our target. But there still is an element of uncertainty here about where I'm gonna stay tonight. And probably shouldn't have brought in the big bag. What the hell is going on here? Just need a place to sleep for tonight to go see the ruins. There's nothing here but chickens. Oh my god. So yeah, they tell me now march 15 minutes to the ruins. There's nobody there at the place. The only place you can stay here. Nobody there. Just trees are burning in the valley here. Gotta go up ahead. Gotta keep going. Please, God. Buenas allá. I see a sign. Santa Isabel. Which way to go? Maybe right? I really don't know. What is this doorway? No signs, nothing. Ah, I can't be here. Come on. No vehicles allowed. There's some type of hut there. Oh my God. I think this is it. Señor, buenas tardes. ¿Las ruinas Vilcabamba?
Sí, Spirit Pump.
Ah, well, we made it. The ceremonial square here, where they would hold the ceremonies, the main plaza. Inca houses in the middle of the jungle. Just imagine the dying days of a once great empire here in the jungle, trying to preserve their ways. We made it, for real. The legendary lost city of the Incas. It's now time to finish our story. In the year 1572, the new Viceroy of Peru, Francisco de Toledo, decided to crush the Inca resistance once and for all. He amassed a large army and, overcoming the harsh terrain and the remains of the once great Inca army, marched into Vilcabamba. The last emperor, Tupac Amaru, like his father Manco Inca, retreated into the jungle to evade capture, but this time the Spaniards pursued. After a long chase of hundreds of miles over river and land, Tupac Amaru was finally caught around a small campfire in the middle of the night beside his heavily pregnant wife. He was led back to Cusco, where he was executed in the town square, poised and stoic to the very last. That may have been the end of the great Inca Empire, but it's not the end of the Inca legacy. In my travels throughout Peru, I've seen many signs of this culture that still exists today in Peru, whether it be the Quechua language that's still spoken by many people, the statues and the names of streets and places, the ceremonies that are held throughout the towns and villages, and the thousands and thousands of tourists who come here to Peru to witness firsthand the incredible Inca legacy. It's been a tough journey, very challenging. I'm so happy I stuck through to the end to witness Vilcabamba firsthand. I now have to look forward to around 4 buses, including one through a narco-traffic zone, and around 16 hours in order to make it back to Lima. So yeah, I have something to look forward to, as do you, because I promise more videos like this to come. So stay tuned. Thanks for sticking through to the end, and see you next time.